The NFL's latest move on the Tush push highlights the growing tension ahead of the upcoming vote on rule changes. As teams gathered for the annual spring owners' meetings in Palm Beach, an AFC executive didn't mince words about the proposed ban on this quarterback sneak move. "There's nothing to support making it an issue worth a vote," he said, arguing that the safety concerns driving the proposal aren't backed by data. He questioned why the league should change rules to avoid injuries that aren't actually happening, even drawing a hyperbolic comparison. Imagine if we were voting on banning the forward pass back in the Johnny Unitas days. This pointed jab was aimed squarely at the Green Bay Packers and team president Mark Murphy, widely seen as the driving force behind the proposal. The executive noted that many who support the ban are upset that the offense appears to have an advantage, especially since the Philadelphia Eagles execute the play so effectively. Yet others, like Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott, see banning it as a proactive move to reduce potential injuries, even if the injury data isn't overwhelming. McDermott, along with Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin and Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, has cited player safety as a key concern, though opinions vary. Breaking down the sentiment, 3 teams, Buffalo, Dallas, and Green Bay, lean toward a ban. Meanwhile, 10 teams, including the Ravens, Browns, Lions, Texans, Colts, Patriots, Jets, Eagles, Buccaneers, and Titans, oppose the ban, arguing that it's a legitimate football play that shouldn't be penalized just because it gives an offensive edge. Meanwhile, 3 teams, the Rams, Chiefs, and Steelers, are on the fence. For instance, while Rams GM Les Snead argues that the injury data doesn't warrant a ban, head coach Sean McVay takes a hard line against the play altogether, reflecting a split opinion even within one organization. With the vote now tabled until the NFL's May meetings in Minneapolis, this contentious proposal remains a hot topic. As teams and owners deliberate, the debate continues over whether to change the rules based on emotion and competitive advantage, or to stick with what the data shows.
What's up, football rule watchers and members of the Delayed Decision Digest crew? Welcome back to the channel for the latest twist in the ongoing saga of the NFL's Tush Push play. Just when we thought we were on the verge of a final decision with the owners' vote, the league has thrown us a curveball. The vote on whether to ban the controversial quarterback sneak has been officially tabled. Today, we're diving into the reasons behind this delay, the strong sentiment that appears to be leaning against a ban, and what this means for the immediate future of this highly effective play. Let's break down this latest development in the Tush Push saga. As we discussed in our previous video, the NFL annual owners' meetings were underway, and the potential banning of the Tush Push was dominating the conversation. Many expected a final vote to take place on Tuesday. However, as the video you sent over now confirms, that vote has been put on hold. This decision reflects the varying opinions and the lack of overwhelming support for a ban heading into the meeting. The video starts by highlighting the sentiment of an AFC executive who, even before the meetings, expressed strong opposition to banning the Tush Push. This executive questioned the rationale behind the proposal, particularly the argument that it's a safety concern, pointing out that the data doesn't support an increased risk of injury. He suggested that the push to ban the play is more about teams being frustrated by the Philadelphia Eagles' success in executing it, implying a hint of jealousy. His hyperbolic comparison to banning the forward pass in the Johnny Unitas era underscores the feeling that changing a rule without solid data is a dangerous precedent. This debate played out in the open on Monday when AFC head coaches met with the media. Buffalo Bills head coach Sean McDermott, whose team actually runs a version of the Tush Push but still supports a ban, framed the proposal as a proactive measure to prevent potential future injuries, even in the absence of current data showing a higher injury rate. This highlights the differing perspectives on the issue, with some prioritizing current data while others are more concerned about potential risks down the line. Adding another layer to the discussion is the involvement of the NFL's chief medical officer, Alan Sills. He has reportedly become a key figure in advising the league office, expressing his belief that the Tush Push could pose a legitimate safety concern if it remains in the game. This suggests that while the current data might not show a spike in injuries, there are medical professionals within the league who have reservations about the play's long-term impact. Now, With Tuesday's tabling of the vote, the earliest we could see a decision on the Tush-Push ban won't be until the NFL's May meetings, which also include a coach accelerator program. In Minneapolis, this delay indicates that the owners were not ready to make a decision at this point, likely due to the lack of a clear consensus. The video provides a fascinating breakdown of how the sentiment appeared to be heading into the voting session. According to their sources, as many as 10 teams were leaning against a ban. Only 3 were in favor, and 3 others were sitting on the fence. Let's take a closer look at how that breakdown shapes up. Teams with a lean toward banning the Tush-Push. 3. Buffalo Bills. Despite running their own version of the play, head coach Sean McDermott publicly framed a ban as a proactive safety measure. Dallas Cowboys. Team CEO and co-owner Stephen Jones has come out in favor of banning the play, citing concerns about consistency regarding leverage plays, referencing the rules around field goals and extra points. Green Bay Packers. As the team that introduced the proposal, the Packers, spearheaded by team president Mark Murphy, have been strong advocates for getting the play out of the game. Teams that appear to lean against banning the Tush-Push. 10. Baltimore Ravens. Head coach John Harbaugh considers the Tush-Push a legitimate football play and seems to be against banning it unless significant safety concerns emerge. Cleveland Browns. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has publicly stated his opposition to a rule change and even indicated that the Browns plan to utilize their own version of the Tush-Push in the future. Detroit Lions. General manager Brad Holmes has publicly indicated that the Lions are against banning the play. Houston Texans. Head coach DeMeco Ryans believes that banning the Tush-Push would unfairly punish teams for being successful at executing it. Indianapolis Colts. As a former offensive coordinator for the Eagles when the Tush-Push was developed, Colts head coach Shane Steichen is publicly against banning the play. New England Patriots. Head coach Mike Vrabel has publicly stated his opposition to banning the play. New York Jets. Head coach Aaron Glenn has also publicly indicated that he is against banning the play. Philadelphia Eagles. Unsurprisingly, the Eagles, whose head coach Nick Sirianni is considered the mastermind behind the play, are vehemently against banning their highly successful tactic. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Head coach Todd Bowles believes it's the responsibility of defensive coaches to figure out how to stop the play and has no issue with its existence. Tennessee Titans. Head coach Brian Callahan considers the Tush-Push a good play and doesn't believe it needs to be legislated out of the game. Teams sitting on the fence when it comes to a Tush-Push ban. 3. Los Angeles Rams. There seem to be conflicting opinions within the Rams organization. While general manager Les Snead doesn't believe the injury data supports a ban, head coach Sean McVay has expressed his belief that it doesn't look like a football play and shouldn't have been allowed in the league in the first place. Kansas City Chiefs. While acknowledging that the Tush-Push could be banned if it poses a significant health and safety risk, head coach Andy Reid also sees merit in both sides of the argument. Pittsburgh Steelers. Head coach Mike Tomlin has stated that he is keeping an open mind regarding the arguments for and against the play. This breakdown clearly shows that there was not enough support to pass a ban on the Tush-Push at this time. With 10 teams leaning against, only 3 firmly in favor, and 3 undecided, the proposal likely didn't have the required 24 votes needed for approval. The decision to table the vote means that the Tush-Push will remain a legal play in the NFL for at least the 2025 season. However, the debate is far from over. We can expect further discussions and potentially another vote at the May meetings. The arguments surrounding player safety, the competitive balance of the game, and the effectiveness of the play will likely continue to be at the forefront of this ongoing discussion. What are your thoughts on the NFL's decision to table the vote on the Tush-Push ban? Were you surprised by this outcome? Do you think the ban will eventually pass? Or will the Tush-Push remain a part of the game? Share your opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe for more updates on NFL rule changes and all the latest football news. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future developments in the Tush-Push saga. We'll catch you in the next one.